there, I am Chris Palmer, and in today's video, what I'd love to share with you is a on-page SEO checklist without the fluff. So I'm going to walk through an actual term that we're trying to rank for a client on a test site, and I'm going to walk you through the process of going through the checklist in order to optimize your pages without all the fluff, without all the nonsense that you don't need. So I don't want to waste any time, but before I get into the video, I have to go ahead and share with you chrispalmermarketing.com for any and all of your SEO needs. Now, if you want to go ahead and download the on-page SEO checklist, you can check out seomastermind.org/on-page SEO checklist. It's free. You can get the exact list that I'm utilizing in today's video. With all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the actual tutorial so you can utilize the checklist in order to get higher rankings without all the nonsense. So let's go ahead and do that now. The very first thing that I want to point out is the actual checklist that we're going to be utilizing. Now, in conjunction with this list, it's going to be in your absolute best interest to have two separate tools. They're Chrome extensions. They're free. I get nothing by sharing these with you other than just helping you. So what I want to point out is you have SEO Pro extension. I've used this in countless videos. It's free. I have no connection. Get it. It's a Chrome extension. The next thing you need is SEO Quake. Again, used it in countless videos. I love it. I use it. There's no connection. It's free. Go and get it, okay? SEO Pro extension and also the SEO Quake extension for Chrome. You're going to need these in conjunction with my SEO checklist. Here it is. Now, the checklist, I want to point out the items in the checklist, and then we're going to look at a live SERP. In this particular tutorial, we're going to be looking at car accident lawyer, New Orleans. I have a client, friend of mine. He also has a test site, all right? It's called John Robin. He has multiple sites, all right? The test site that we're working on is called John Robin. Now, right now, if we look up car accident lawyer in New Orleans, my good friend, his test site is all the way down the list here, okay? It jumped up last time we did this, probably about 6 months ago. We hit number 9. Now we want to go back in and do a recalibration, a re-optimization, and that's what we're going to do together. I'll walk through the steps with you. I'll try to keep the video short, but I'll walk through the steps. So he's number 19. All right, it's this particular page right here. So what we want to look at in conjunction with this particular checklist is first and foremost the word count. All right, now when you take a look at this particular list, the checklist that you can download at SEO Mastermind, you see US. That means us. That's the site you're working on. Next, you have number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's your leading competitors. All right, the first one, the second one, and the third one. Then you have your averages. This is the average of the numbers of the particular sections, the hot zones that we're going to be looking at. All right, now I'm going to walk you through step by step through the checklist, and then you can fill out the rest of the sheet for yourself for your SERP, and I'll try to keep this video short. So first and foremost, what we need is we need the word count. All right, so let's take a look at our website. So we're going to go to SEO Quake, and we're going to pull the word count. We have 4,200 words. All right, so us, 4,200. All right, header count. This is how many actual headers are on the page. We go to SEO Pro extension. We go to headers, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 headers. All right, 21. Optimize headers. How many headers have the keyword in it? For this particular SERP, the primary keyword is car accident lawyer New Orleans. 5 words, right? So anytime any of those 5 words show up in a header, that's an optimized header, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come right over here, and we're going to count. Look it. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 optimized headers. So 18 of the headers. Now, there's one step here, which is the optimized header percentage. Generally, you want to hit 50 or 60% of the headers are optimized, but we don't know. It's a SERP by SERP basis. This is always based on your leading competition, all right? So we have to keep going. Primary word. So the primary word is very simple. New Orleans car accident and lawyer. So what we're looking at here is car accident lawyer. Wow, look at the amount of times we have these on the page. So we're going to take a look here. Car. I usually put it in like this. So he has it on the page a lot of times. 253 times, in fact. Wow. Car. Accident. Lawyer. And then New Orleans. Okay. We actually need to make another little list here. Cut. We're going to put this like this. V. And you can change the list around as you need. All right. So we're going to just pull this down like this. The word New and the word Orleans. Orleans. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and put this in here. So accident, we're going to look at that. 305. All right. This is without the fluff. I'm not telling you anything except for the optimized zones, the stuff that matters. Now we're looking at lawyer. We have lawyer and lawyers. Here we go. 68. Okay. So lawyer is what we're looking for. My mistake. Control F. Lawyer. So lawyer's the top one. 335. All right. The next one is the word new, and every single nuance matters. You know, you would think New and Orleans. The word new matters. It goes into the optimization of the page. We need to see how many times it's on the page. It's imperative. It's so important. I can't even express to you how important this is. So we're looking for the word new. Control F. That's control find. New. All right. Scroll down the page. Nope. Don't go down there yet. We're going to talk about those in a second. Now, I'm only going to walk through the zones on my page. So this video isn't 2 hours long and it loses people. I want to share with you how you can find each piece to put into the checklist. And then I'll share with you what I mean by averages, and that's the optimization that you want to hit. If you take care of this, you will be ahead of a vast majority of people. All right? Just stick with me. There's a lot of other little nuances, but if you do the stuff on this list, this is the least amount of work for the most amount of push. I assure you. Okay? So stick with me here. We're going to look for the word new. I don't see it in my list, or it didn't push it out because it's part of another word. I don't see it on here. I could just be looking over it, but that's fine. Let's look up Orleans. All right, Orleans is 52, so new is probably 52 as well. So we got a 52 and a 52. 52 and 52. Now, I already know we're way over optimized based on the SERP because of the numbers that we have. Now, LSI, these are co-occurring key phrases, all right? These are words that often come up when looking at the word New Orleans car accident lawyer. Now, this list can vary. I only put in 3 here, but literally this list could be so much, it's insane. So let's not get too insane here with the amount that we're utilizing, but we want to look at some of the most basic words for LSI, co-occurring key phrases. So what often comes up when we're talking about car accident lawyer? How about the word accident, right? So the word accident comes up a lot. Accident. How about the word crash, right? How about the word injury? Stuff like this, okay? This is what I'm looking at. I want to look at my optimization as opposed to the leading competitor. Now, there's tools and there's all this other stuff that could slow you down, or you can just use your brain. My advice is use your brain. Use your brain and take a look at your pages, co-occurring key phrases. You know your business. You know what words are important, right? Do you need a tool? Do you need help? Or you could just use your brain and then go look at the competition and see, hey, are they using more variations? Are they using other words that could be considered co-occurring? And if they are, how many times are they using it? This is how you get ahead, all right? Don't get bogged down chasing the new shiny object or the new shiny tool. Do the basics, the foundation, and do the work, and you'll get ahead. I assure you, all right? So stick with me here. We're going to go ahead and keep going. Car. The word attorney. What else? Accidents. So that's a variation. You can put that. That's perfectly fine, right? Now, this list will usually be high, but anything that makes sense to you, put it in your list and see how many times and what density you have it as opposed to your competition. So I'm only going to do a few more here. Accidents, accident, injury, injuries, right? You get the point here, okay? I'm looking at my optimization as opposed to my competitors with co-occurring key phrases. You can go bog yourself down and get tools and spend money and waste your time, or you could use your brain. It's up to you. It's up to you. All right, next, we're going to go for match words. Now, this is determined by Google. All right, so what you want to do is you want to come out here to the SERP, anything that's in bold. Anything in bold, right? This is Google saying, hey, look how relevant these results are. All right, my good friend Ted Kabitis put me onto this. This is his explanation, and this is the explanation that I use because it made so much sense to me. So that's why I'm going to give it back to you, right? When I'm looking at a SERP and I can see that words are bolded out, this is Google screaming, hey, look how relevant, all right? So what you want to do is you want to pull these words out. Car accident attorney. Car accident attorney. So these are called matches. Car accident attorney. And then you want car accident attorneys. All right. This is a 3-word phrase that's bolded by Google. These are called match words. So this also means that these could be individual words that you need to look at. And you want to make your list. So the word car, the word accident, and the word attorneys. So this is another list that we might want to add into our LSI attorneys. Attorneys, attorney. Okay, I hope this is making sense to you so far. So we have attorneys and attorney. How many times? All right, these are the match words. Again, we're going to look down our list here. What other words are there? Personal injury lawyer. So personal injury is a match word to car accident lawyer. I didn't make this up. Google said it. See, look, it's in bold. They did it. So that tells me that having a density of the word personal injury, even though I'm on the car injury lawyer page, makes sense. Why? Because Google thinks it makes sense. Simple as that. So what we're going to do is we're going to write that down. Match word, personal injury lawyer. But now I need to point something out to you here. So let's take this, cut, bring it down here, V. All right, so that tells me, so cars, the word personal. We already know about the word injury, the word attorney, and the word attorneys. Okay? Attorney and attorneys. Car. Here, get rid of this. Personal injury lawyer. We can get rid of this one too. Car. Accident. Okay. Injury, attorneys, and attorney. All right, we're going to keep going down. The word new and the word Orleans. So this is a match word for the SERP. Now this one makes perfect sense, but here's one that maybe didn't make it to the list. How about the word car and the word crash? Ding, 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 we have a winner. Not only for LSI, but it's also a match word. See? See how it's bolded here? Crash could be an LSI. On top of that, it also is bolded inside of the SERP, conveying to me that, hey, this is showing that this result is super relevant. The word crash is very relevant. It's bolded up. So we want to add that to our list, not only for LSI, but also we want to do it down here. Now, I'm not going to sit and do this for every single SERP, but for your primary key phrases, your primary keywords, it's good to look at the competition, what Google's rewarding, and then make your list, come up with your averages. And that's what I'm walking you through right now. So we're coming down here. We're going to do our match words. Crash. All right. Oh, I already have it. So we did it twice. Here, delete these. Delete rows. Delete rows. All right. Match word, delete row. Okay. And then we're going to get rid of this. We'll clean this up. Delete row. All right. So now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to come up with my list here. Move these over. Cut. B. All right. So we could do a 253. This is a 305. 335, 52, and a 52. All right. These are us. This is our list. Us. Okay. This is number 1, number 2, number 3. We want to look at our optimization as opposed to the top 3 competitors. But when you fill out the details for number 1, number 2, number 3, you need to get an average, and I'll share that with you. All right. So here we're going to do accident. I'm not going to walk through every single number because it'll make this video so long. But you could see how I got the LSI terms. I used my noggin. You know how I got the match words? They're bolded up. I looked at the SERP. I typed in the primary keyword and I looked for bolded words. Then I'm utilizing SEO Quake to look at my page to figure out how many times did I write it. And then I fill in my sheet. fill in your sheet, right? I'm not going to do every single one because, again, this video will be hours long. It takes time to do things right, okay? But now we need to go down to our 2-word, 3-word, and 4-word phrases. Generally, most people, most SERPs only have 2 and 3-word. You can get completely insane and do 4-word phrases. But what I'm looking for is the primary keyword in 2 and 3 and 4-word phrases. All right. What I mean by this is if I go to 2-word, how many variations, if the primary keyword is car accident lawyer, New Orleans, how many 2-word variants do I have containing any of those keywords? Car accident, that's 1. Accident lawyer, 2. Injury lawyer, 3. New Orleans, of course. Personal injury, no. Accident attorney. I would write these down. Then I would go to the next one. 3-word phrases. Car accident lawyer. Maritime. Louisiana car accident. That's another one. Personal injury. Yes, we know that that's a match word. Car accident attorney. There's another one. Is this making sense to you? I hope it is. So here, we'll take this down and we can see we have this variant, a 3-word phrase, 29 times. All right, 3-word phrase. Here's the 3-word phrase. We have it 29 times. All right, so a 2-word phrase could be something like this. Now we'll go to 2-word. Car accident. Car accident is on the page 223 times. Car accident. Car accident. 223 times. 4-word phrase. We're going to go to 4-word phrases, and we're looking for any variation of the primary keyword in any order as a 4-word phrase. How many variations do they have on the page? We need to know this, okay? Louisiana car accident lawyer, bam, 1. So let's just take that one down, all right? This is a variant. We'll go ahead and do this. Boom. Go back one time. Stick that baby right in there. And then how many times do we have it on the page? 21 times, okay? Now, not every single SERP, every keyword that you want to win is worth going through all this effort, right? But for certain terms, for certain SERPs that you need to win, this is the level of detail that your competition is probably using. I assure you, in other lawyer SERPs that I'm in, I have scrutinized over every single number, every variant, every exact match, every LSI, every match word. I know the exact count that the top competitors have as opposed to me, and I assure you my numbers are higher. And without spending tens of thousands of dollars on backlinks, I'm able to overrank players that are above me that have been there probably 5-10 years before me by making sure that I get the numbers right. The math needs to be correct. I hope this makes sense to you. All right, the next thing that I want to point out that's in my list is optimized A tags. As you know, Google can't read, right? But what Google is very good at is math and counting. So A tags, what an A tag is a hyperlink. If you go and read the patents on how PageRank was actually created, hyperlinks have a special value, a special place in Google's heart, okay? The only reason I even say that is because they need to be counted, but not all need to be counted, and not all are created equal. The ones that you need to count are A tags that have the primary keyword in them. What is an A tag? An A tag is a hyperlink that's on the page that contains a keyword. How many do you have as opposed to your competition? Here's how you count them, all right? So we're going to come over here to our page, and we're going to go into our SEO Pro extension, and we're going to take a look at our links, okay? We're going to look at internal links, and you're looking to see how many A tags, a hyperlink, have a keyword in them. For this particular instance, the primary keyword is New Orleans car accident lawyer. There's 5 words, okay? So we're looking anytime those 5 words show up. It could be just the word new, just the word Orleans. That's an optimized A tag, and it needs to be counted, okay? I hope that makes sense. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Count them up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, I've already gone into this page and added a boatload, okay? So there's a huge count here. I already know for a fact. So with that being said, we need to come on back here, and we're going to go ahead and put 236 optimized A tags. Now, I'm going to fast forward, and we're going to start looking at the leading competition so we can come up with our averages, which is going to give us our blueprint for optimization. Okay? I hope so far you're with me. I'm going to give you a quick recap. Word count. You look at your pages and your 3 competitors in SEO Quake. All right? When you're in SEO Quake, you pull it up here. I'll go ahead and go walk you through it. So we're going to type in our primary keyword, car accident lawyer, New Orleans. We're going to bring up the top competitor. We first need to know, well, what's his word count, or their word count, I should say. Their word count is massive. They probably have some type of muddy or dirty WordPress theme, something that's throwing off the tool. So that's perfectly fine. You can always go to the next person. It's no problem. Doesn't matter. There's also other tools to pull in word count. You can also just go like this. If say you really just want to know what this one is, you can just go like this. You could pull all these. Look at all the A tags they have. Look at all these are A's. You can go like this, copy, and you can just go over here. Word counter, online, free, okay? Just pull one up, anyone, doesn't matter. Pull this in here, it'll tell you. He has 3,400 words. Every single word needs to be counted. Because they did something funky inside of the WordPress code, it gave me 29,000. So my specific tool wouldn't work. So that's okay, I got my words right here, 3,400. It also breaks down how many times each one is being utilized. See this? 1 word, 2 word, 3 word phrases. There's tons of tools online to do this if SEO Quake isn't working. All right, it's not hard to do. So we could take a look here. Look at these primaries that he has in here. Look at, he has all the main ones over and over again. Here's our top keywords. Gee, I wonder why. Right? Anyway, so what we're doing here is we have our word count. The top player has 3,500 words, so we would put that in there. Let's just pretend that the second guy had 2,900 words and this guy has 2,200 words. All right. Header count. What we'll do is we'll go into the page. We'll use SEO Pro extension, and then we're going to count the headers. He has 16, 17. That's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. He has 32 headers. Go and mark that down. Header count, 32. The next thing we want to know is optimized headers. How many times are they putting the primary keyword inside of a header? Count it up. Well, we'll come in here. We'll figure out, go down the list. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right? We're just counting. I'm literally counting 16, 17, 18 times. Optimized headers, 18. The next thing we're looking at is the primary keyword. The primary keyword is what you're trying to rank for. In this instance, it's car, accident, lawyer, New Orleans, 5 separate words. I'm going to look up those 5 separate words and figure out, well, how many times do they have it on the page? It's that simple. Next thing is LSI key terms. Well, these are the words that often show up when I'm talking about a specific thing. Words like crash, the word injury, injuries, attorney, attorneys, right? These are my co-occurring key phrases. Again, you could get all these tools and you could listen to all this stuff, or you could just use your brain. It's so much faster, I promise. The next thing we're going to look at is going to be match words. Match words are based on bolded terms that are inside the SERP. All right, go and take a look. Look at the SERP. Pull up the key term inside of Google, just like this. Let me show you. I'll do it one more time for you. You'll come inside of here. You'll get your bolded words when you're making your list, and then you're going to look at your competitor. We already did the bolded words, the match words. It's car, accident, accidents, injury, and attorneys. Now, here's what's funny. Go look at the top performer. Look at his list. Reads like a flipping book. These are just his top terms. I assure you, his optimizations are the highest for match words, primaries, and variations. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Not only that, I guarantee you that his A tags, the hyperlinks, are hyper optimized around primary key terms and LSI terms. And then on top of that, if we go look at anchor text links pointing into the website, I guarantee you the anchor text is optimized around primary, variations, and the LSI terms. I guarantee it. That's how you make a winner. Right? I'm giving it to you. I'm sharing these tips with you. So the next thing is we're going to look at 2, 3, and 4 word. I just want to know, It's not necessarily important how many times they're getting it in these particular sections. It's how many different variants do they have that I don't. So that's why I like to look at number 1, number 2, and number 3. Figure out, well, how many different variants do they have? Are they using different variations that I don't have? And if they are, how many times are they using it? And then I add it to my page. All right. And this is how you use this checklist. You'll get all these numbers together, all the headers, all the word counts, and then you're going to do this. Let's say we're trying to get the average word count that we need in order to be optimized. Here's what you do. You come down here, you grab your little key, you grab your little calculator, and you say, hey, the number 1 competitor has 3,500 words. The next guy has 2,900. The next dude has 2,200. You add that all together and you divide by the 3 people that we're getting, and bam, it comes up with an average of 2,800. The average is 2,866 words. If you write 2,500 to 2,800 words, you will be in an optimized range. And you do the same thing for your headers. You do the same thing for your optimized headers. You do the same thing for your A tags. You do the same thing for your match words. Everything is the average based on the top performer. If you do that, you will hit first page in most instances. Some SERPs are insane. Some SERPs, the particular competitors have been there 20 years. Some SERPs, they might have 20,000 referring domains. And everybody will come back and say, oh, Chris, what about this one outlier? And the outlier is always, oh, the website's either 20 years old or they have 1 trillion backlinks. Don't come to me with outliers. We're talking about normal business owners, you, with regular websites, a plumber, a doctor, a chiropractor, a service business, local space that's trying to compete inside of a SERP. If you follow these guidelines, you will be ahead of 80% of everyone else. My name is Chris Palmer. If you want this checklist, head on over to SEOmastermind.org. If you need any help or you just can't be bothered doing this math, you can check us out at chrispalmermarketing.com. If you want the checklist, SEOmastermind.org. If there's anything I can help you with, ask in the section below. And of course, I look forward to seeing you in the next SEO checklist, no fluff video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye. My background fell.